We are not rare, but before you leave, you will perceive the lore will be unlocked. You might be stalked by a Sasquatch or a ghost witch, possibly even a ghost that will boast about knowing the Ohio Grassman or even the Michigan Dogman. Werewolves hunt, poltergeists are up front, but in these backwoods, folklore is unlocked.
Welcome back to Folklore Unlocked. I'm Austin, and like always, I'm joined by Ethan.
Yep, hello again, everyone.
And this week we are taking a look at the Lost Dutchman's gold mine. And a little bit of background before we really dive into it. It's believed, as the name suggests, to be a lost gold mine. And it's believed to be located in the Superstition Mountains near Apache Junction, which is east of Phoenix, Arizona, with some people having died in search of it. And we've got a map with a little red triangle where it's supposedly located.
At least close.
Yeah, relative area here. Again, it's a lost gold mine, or at least a rumored lost gold mine, so we don't really have any exact, location for it.
I mean, if I had an exact location, I probably wouldn't be giving away the location.
Exactly. You know what gold is going for these days?
Okay, so the Dutchman. So, Jacob Waltz was the person who allegedly found the mine, and he was a German immigrant, and Dutchman was a common term for German in America. So, the Dutch is just an English term for German, and it's not actually a reference to the Dutch people.
Yeah, because in German, Deutsch is the German word for, well, German. So that's why Deutsch, Deutsch sounds like, so yeah. And Waltz apparently told Julia Thomas about this supposed mine on his deathbed, either drawing or describing a crude map that leads to the mine. So even the exact details of how he told of this gold mine is debatable.
Which I will say, if he was on his deathbed and like he couldn't really use the mine anymore and no one else knew of it, I mean, I could kind of understand him maybe telling someone else. So,
I mean, yeah, that makes sense, telling somebody of something you can't use anymore.
yeah. In the search, people have been looking for the mine since 1892, so pretty long time. And one estimate states that roughly 9,000 people search for the mine a year. Every year, at least around 9,000 people search for it. And even former Arizona Attorney General Patrick K. Corbin has looked for it.
Which, when somebody in the government's looking for something, you don't know it's probably for their personal interest or government interest. Not to get into other conspiracy theories here, but and it's got ties to other famous lost treasures, and it's possibly the most famous lost mine in America if it were to exist. And an Arizona place name expert, so a lot like your cities, your towns, your just like geological formations that have name expert, which I didn't know there was such a thing. as a place name expert, but Bird Granger wrote as of 1977, the mine had been printed or cited at least 6 more times than 2 other famous lost treasures, with those treasures being Captain Kidd's lost treasure and another lost mine, the Lost Peg Leg mine.
Which I did see somewhere that I think there was a book someone was writing about the Dutchman's mine, the Lost Dutchman's mine, and they said that the description of it was like kind of closely described, kind of like the Bulldog gold mine in I think Goldfield, Arizona. So I mean, but that's not as interesting. Okay, it's more interesting for it to be a lost mine. So
Exactly. We're all about the weird and mysterious and unsolved here. So we want things to be unsolved when we cover it. But if it gets solved afterwards, that makes it even better, especially if we were on the right track.
Hmm.
And on to our thoughts, I think it's possible that the mine does exist, or at least did exist at one point or another. Whether it still exists or not, who knows? It's apparently lost. So here we are debating whether it still exists or not.
yeah, I agree the mine might exist. I mean, there's nothing supernatural about it. There's nothing like curses or anything like that. It's just a mine full of gold. And I mean, there's a fairly good chance that there's a mine of gold that someone's lost. So I mean, it doesn't exactly have to be the one in the Superstition Mountain, but I mean, there could be one there. Who knows? And
I mean, go on.
oh, okay. I doubt, like I said before, I doubt anyone's going to be giving out the location, even if they do find it. So we might not, even if it does get found, we might not know about it.
Exactly, and the Superstition Mounds themselves does have folklore and curses and stuff surrounding it. So we might cover the Superstition Mounds as a whole sometime in the future, but right now the Lost Dutchman's gold mine was the big thing carrying the Superstition Mounds. So I just kind of wanted to cover it as its own little video here before we got into the whole Superstition Mountain foray.
Well, I mean, I understand why it's probably the most important part of the Superstition Mountain because it's gold. People want money, so.
Exactly. So I think that's all we've got for this week. Next week will be episode 99, our countdown to episode 100, and we'll be covering the Crenshaw House. So we'll be covering more ghost stories next week. So join us for that. Any last words, Ethan?
Just thanks for watching, everyone.
Well, thanks for watching. If you're on YouTube, drop us a like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for listening. And if you're on Spotify, drop us a follow and a comment. And we'll see you next week.
You might wake up beside Spearfinger with an extended visit from Jack the Ripper. But if you're lucky, it'll be an angel on that range hill of Louisiana. You might meet Mary Laveau or the Road. At Folklore Unlocked, Austin and Ethan concoct their theory of the eerie and unexplained around the world, sometimes even the underworld. The lore is locked behind secrets, the folklore is meant to be unlocked. The Sokaloo is haunting NC as well as Tennessee. There are many giants that might be clients of the Dark Watchers, who might have psychokinesis. And the phantom time hypothesis is like a phoenix, coming back around again and again. The laser strain on your brain, if you've got more than 2 brain cells in you. Some believe McCartney is dead because they read into the Mandela effect, which is subject